What if you never had to build a PowerPoint presentation from scratch ever again? That future just arrived, and it is already live in beta right now. OpenAI has quietly launched a brand new ChatGPT add-in for Microsoft PowerPoint, and it could permanently change the way professionals, students, and creators build slide decks. Here's everything you need to know. For years, building a compelling presentation meant hours of work, writing outlines, designing layouts, picking fonts, and wrestling with slide transitions. Even with templates, the process demanded significant time and creative energy. That friction has long been one of the biggest pain points in modern office work. Now, OpenAI is taking direct aim at that problem with a ChatGPT integration built directly into PowerPoint. The integration is now available in beta, and the core mechanic is elegant in its simplicity. Users can take conversations they have already had with ChatGPT and convert them into full presentations, automatically. Imagine brainstorming a project strategy in a chat window, then watching that conversation transform into a structured, slide-ready deck in seconds. The add-in bridges the gap between the ideation phase and the final deliverable, removing a time-consuming step from the professional workflow. This is not a standalone app or a third-party workaround. It is a native add-in inside Microsoft PowerPoint itself, meaning it lives inside the tool that hundreds of millions of professionals already use every single day. The beta availability signals that OpenAI and Microsoft are moving quickly to embed AI capabilities directly into the productivity software ecosystem that powers offices, classrooms, and boardrooms around the world. The implications here are significant. Consider what this means for the average knowledge worker. Instead of spending 45 minutes formatting a presentation for a Monday morning meeting, you spend 5 minutes chatting with ChatGPT about your ideas, then hit a button. The add-in handles the structure, the layout, and the content scaffolding for you. That is not a marginal efficiency gain. That is a fundamental shift in how presentation work gets done. For educators, this tool opens a new dimension of classroom preparation. Teachers and professors who need to build lecture materials can now move from concept to slide deck dramatically faster. For business consultants, startup founders, and marketing teams, the ability to turn a ChatGPT brainstorming session directly into a client-ready presentation could compress timelines that used to take days into a matter of minutes. The beta launch also tells us something important about the direction of the broader OpenAI and Microsoft partnership. These two companies have been deepening their integration across the entire Microsoft 365 suite: Word, Excel, Teams, Outlook, and now PowerPoint, in a more direct ChatGPT native way. The strategy appears to be making ChatGPT not just a chatbot you visit separately, but a layer woven into every tool you already rely on for work. The PowerPoint add-in is another brick in that wall. Of course, beta means this product is still being refined. Early users will likely encounter limitations, perhaps in slide design quality, formatting consistency, or the depth of customization available. Beta releases exist precisely to gather real-world feedback before a wider rollout, so it is reasonable to expect the feature set to evolve based on what users report during this phase. What should you watch next? Keep an eye on how quickly this beta expands to general availability. Watch for announcements about whether the add-in will require a specific ChatGPT subscription tier, or if it will be bundled into existing Microsoft 365 plans. The pricing and access model will determine just how many people actually get to use this tool in their daily work. The technology is here. The question now is how broadly and how fast it reaches everyone who could benefit from it. The bottom line is this: every major productivity category is being touched by AI, and presentations are no longer an exception. OpenAI just made a direct move into one of the most universally used software tools on the planet. Whether you are skeptical or excited, this integration is worth paying close attention to, because if the beta delivers on its promise, the way we build presentations may never look the same again.